let's review how to safely get down to a yoga mat and get back up for a workout on the mat. And I'll also talk about if you happen to find yourself on the floor because you've had a fall, what to do and how to get back up. Many of my workouts involve getting down onto a mat for Pilates exercises or stretches. And if you're feeling a little bit unsure about getting down and getting back up safely, I'm going to review that today. And then stick around because I'm also going to talk about fall prevention and what to do if you find yourself that you had a fall, you're on the floor, and how to get back up. So let's start with getting down to a mat for a workout. You've rolled out your mat, and if you are feeling a little bit unsure about getting down, I recommend positioning your mat so you're close to a sturdy chair. And by sturdy, I mean not just like a folding chair that might collapse on you if you put your weight on it, but something sturdy, or it could be a low table, something that you'll be able to put your weight on, maybe a couch. All right, so we're going to face our support, our chair, and then you could take one foot and step back, just land on your toes, bring your hips back a little bit, and then without rounding the spine excessively, just bringing the hands down to your chair, one knee comes down, and then the other knee comes down, and then hand and hand. And then you can move away from your chair so that if you're doing some exercises, it's not going to be in the way. All right, so now we're set up for our hands and knees exercises. If you're getting down onto your side, you can lower your hips. You could slide that bottom arm out and then come onto your side for some sideline exercises. And from here, rolling onto the back for some core work or some stretches here. So now we've finished our workout, finished our cool down stretches, and we want to get back up. So if, for example, if you have your legs extended, we're going to start by bending knees. Roll on your side. Come back to hands and knees. Locate your sturdy support, and from hands and knees, we'll just move over there. Put your hands on your support, bring one foot forward, other foot forward, and then you can start by just sitting on your chair or on coffee table if that's what you're using. If you're newer to getting down onto a mat for exercises, you just want to check in and see, am I feeling a little bit lightheaded? And if so, just stay seated until that passes. Maybe do a few stretches while you're seated. Focus on breath and just take your time. Don't rush to stand up and walk across the room, which brings me to talking about falls. So we'll talk about fall prevention, things you can do, and then we'll review what happens if you do find yourself that you have fallen and what you should do. Research shows that if we incorporate balance exercises into our day, into our workouts, this really relates to improved balance. I'll link a routine down in my description that benefits balance. And you can also just incorporate that through the day. For example, I'll just stand up for a minute. You're, brushing your teeth, and you can just come up on one toe, or you could just lift and lower one foot while you're doing that. Standing with your feet in tandem, lined up, is another way to improve balance. And you're at your countertop, so you can have one hand on the countertop. You want to be safe first and then challenge the balance within safety. Another one I like to do, you find yourself in a lineup in the grocery store, and we all feel like, oh, I'm in this huge lineup. But this is a great opportunity. You can practice balance. So, nobody's going to notice you've got your cart there and you're just kind of coming up onto the toes. lifting one foot, put it back down. Again, you could bring one foot in front of the other while you're standing there, standing nice and tall, even just bringing your feet close together as opposed to wider apart. So depending, where you are at with your balance challenges. And so you're making really good use of your time. So that's prevention number one, is every day, like I said, you're in a lineup, you're brushing your teeth, you're waiting for your kettle to boil, do a few lifting one foot or feet in tandem type exercises. And then another prevention is to do a walk through your home with the eye of what things could I possibly trip on. So if you have a cord across the room, that's a tripping hazard. We all love our area rugs, but just make sure that they are non-slip, like they have a non-slip surface on the bottom. Are they curled up in a way that you could catch your foot on? So just do a walk through your house, and when you see those tripping hazards or slipping hazards, do something about it. Like maybe you don't need that area rug in that position, or maybe it could just be rolled up and put away, or maybe replaced with something that has that non-slip backing. That's an example. And then the third consideration is if you know you have balance challenges, and particularly I hear this from people who live alone and who feel nervous, getting one of these alert you wear around your neck, or you have on your wrist an alert button, is a way to have peace of mind both for yourself and for your family members. Another way to achieve that, just keep your cell phone in your pocket. So those are a couple ways, if it's a big concern on your mind, those are a couple ways that that if something happens and you live alone, there's nobody you can call out to, that you can call for help. So despite all of that, let's just say you have fallen. I'll get down onto, here, I'll do it the way I showed you. I'll get down onto the mat, and we'll pretend that I have had a fall and I've fallen and I've landed on my back, and what to do. So, and I do recommend practicing this, because in the moment, you're going to feel panicked. And if you've practiced, you'll go, oh yeah, what were the things that Sandra said I should do, and come back to that. So the first thing is you will feel like pretty anxious, upset, panicky. So let's come back to deep breaths. So just first, don't do anything. Don't move. Just lie there. Maybe if you can, put your hands on your belly and take 3, 4 deep breaths until you feel that that panic feeling start to subside a little bit. So we've taken a few deep breaths. And then the next thing is to do a head to toe scan, just to check in. Did I injure myself? Because again, when you're in a bit of shock, you might not notice that right away. So, how is my head feeling? My neck, my shoulders, arms, back, torso, hips, thighs, knees, calf, ankles, feet. So you kind of do that scan just to see how does everything feel. You might kind of move your feet a little bit. Okay. If you definitely have an injury, it's preferable to, call for help. Maybe there's somebody in the other room, like, I need help, or you have that cell phone in your pocket, that's what 911 is for. If you're like, oh, I think it's just maybe a little minor bruise, I'm okay, then we're going to start making our way back up. So the first thing will be bend the knees. We're going to go really, slow, just everything you do, just check in. How did that feel? Roll onto your side. Come up to hands and knees. And now you've fallen, so that could be anywhere. And so you're going to look around the room. If in any of those moves you have realized, actually, I really did hurt my hip, you're going to look to see where's my phone and crawl over there so you can phone 911. But if you're still feeling like, I think I'm okay, then you're going to look for a sturdy chair or a couch or a coffee table like that, something that's sturdy that you can get seated on. And then you're going to crawl there. So don't try to stand up right away. Again, you might be lightheaded, you might be dizzy, you might have a sprained ankle that you haven't really realized yet. We don't want another fall. So hands and knees, make your way to that support. And then just like we reviewed before, hands on the support, one foot, the other foot, and then turn right away and sit down. And once you get seated, again, just take your time. You're going to feel like you want to rush and go do something like, I can't believe I had a fall. I got to go phone somebody, or, but if you're still feeling like, okay, I don't think I'm injured too badly, I might have a bruise or two, just take your time to sit, breathe, do that, full body scan, head to toe. Take your time here. Make sure you're feeling that you're not dizzy, not lightheaded before you carry on with your day. So I hope this was helpful, both in getting down to the mat and back up. An aside or a reminder that if you incorporate these mat exercises into your week, like you might say, well, right now I'm not at a risk for falls, and that's fantastic. So incorporate getting down and getting up in addition to all of the benefits of the exercises on the mat. Your every day or 3 times a week or twice a week, you're practicing getting down and getting up and maintaining that. So even if you're like, well, I'm years away from that being an issue, but if you just keep doing things, you keep doing things. All right, if you like this video, I appreciate a like, click the like button and comment below. Let me know what was helpful for you, and subscribe to my channel and we'll do some workouts together. See you soon.